Yeah, thanks, Erica. Obviously, when you get a two-goal lead at home, you have to find ways to close it out. So that part's disappointing. When you look at the first half, I thought the way that we played was very good. We're up for it. Got the intensity right. It was a playoff type of game where there's a lot of chippiness, a lot of yellow cards. Um, you know, had a couple moments to maybe have the killer instinct and get a third goal in that first half. The penalty kick, I still would say, I know that there's a double jeopardy rule now, but the goalkeeper has to make a play at the ball, and they said that he did. And in that instance, I'm not so sure, so I thought that could have been a red card there. But overall, good first half. Got in at halftime and talked about taking it 15 minutes at a time and winning, especially the first 15, and a two-goal lead being dangerous. Every cliche I think I used at half. And obviously we get caught on a play where both center backs, released to the ball, for one, maybe not on the same page, and they made us pay for it. From there, we're a little bit, we settled down a little, had a couple chances also to get a goal. And then, Julian has it's a half back pass to Nathan. It's in between, and there's a little indecision, and good teams punish you. So overall, it's frustrating. It's a tie that I think we wanted all 3 points tonight. We let ourselves down in that regard, but overall, a tale of two halves for sure.
Something not working with the 3-5-2, you think, defensively at the moment?
Yeah, look, again, I think you've seen extremes, right? I think you saw a Red Bull performance where it looked pretty good. There's been games where we've grinded out ugly wins in the back three. I still will tell you, when all of our players are here, which they weren't tonight, we're probably best out of that diamond. But I still think the formation is still a useful one. Obviously, when you concede, there's going to be questions about it. And if you look at it, the goals, I don't want to oversimplify it, but we do have two guys release, and that's a general rule. You can't do that, especially in the middle of the field. And now we're spread out. That's too far of a distance for Kai to cover. So we get caught there. And then the technical mistake of just a pass back that's kind of straight to their forward and creates a chance. So I don't know if I can blame the formation for that one. But yeah, you miss Ali in a game like that. They miss the Costa for sure. And then the big one too, when Jose has to go out, you just lose his bite in the middle part of the field. That hurt too. Injury, yeah. I think it's something with his back. I don't want to speculate too much, but it wasn't anything with his legs. Just took a shot to the back.
Jim, when Enza comes on and
yeah.
for the first goal, knowing you have Bueno in the arsenal, did you feel like maybe an adjustment from that 3 to diamond would have helped you in that instance?
No, I mean we're at home. You talk about now. We didn't have enough. We don't have enough midfielders right now to play a diamond. Unfortunately, I mean it would have been maybe Matt Real was the one that was left. So we're a little short there. Obviously, when Ali, you lose Jose, Leon, you lose your defensive bite and quickness. So it would have been tough to get too conservative, I think, at home. So we stayed with the group. We just did a straight swap for Bueno. I still think we played really well in the first half. So I don't blame the formation on this instance, because it can't look so good in the first half where we probably could have had 4 goals. And then, second half you concede early and give them hope. And that's the biggest thing. So we made 2 big mistakes. They punished us, and at the end of the day, it's a point each.
Sheet in the last 11 MLS games.
Yeah.
I take it that's across different formations. Is there anything that you can point to, and is that getting to be a point of concern at all?
Yeah, we take pride in not conceding goals. We set a lot of records defensively and offensively last year. It hasn't been as easy to get clean sheets for us this season. So there's still things we can improve on defensively for sure. And yeah, keeping zeros is really, really important for us, and we need to do a better job on the defensive side for sure as a team.
12 yellow cards in this game.
Yeah.
Was it a 12 yellow card aggression type game, or?
Yeah. See, I'm a little old school than the defender in me. would prefer just more talking to the players and staying calm, because once everybody starts to get on yellows, you get into suspensions for the next game and different things. So I'd prefer, sure, it was a chippy, highly intense game. Yeah, a lot of pushing and shoving, but I think you can kind of, that's too much. It's ugly for everybody. It's a lot of yellows, and Pat's team doesn't want to be picking them up, and we don't either.
Jim, you mentioned the obvious nature of missing players and
Yeah.
out of Flock, and obviously Bedoya being maybe the leadership that closes this game out, or maybe comes into the second half to give some of that leadership. What did you make of the partnership between Martinez and McGlynn when obviously they were both together?
Yeah, I thought the first half was really good. They read off each other well. Obviously, both got forward in certain moments. Jose scored a really good goal. Jack made some good passes. As the game went on, and the game got a little stretched, you missed Jose's ability to win balls in the middle of the field because the game got a little wide open. We had some turnovers in bad spots, and we got punished for. Having said that, in the second half, after they do make it 2-1, we had some pretty good looks at goal, where if we're a little sharper, sometimes the best defense is to score again and make them really have to open up. And we didn't do that. We weren't clinical enough, and unfortunately, we paid for it. We paid for it by only getting a point.
Hey, Jim. You first half obviously looked really, really good for you guys, but teacher versus student, you versus Patrick Noonan. Was there something different that he threw at you guys in that second half that you guys weren't expecting, that you've coached alongside with him?
No, look, they made a big personnel change. They brought a $8 million player in, and he made some plays. He's good. So I don't want to oversimplify it, but sometimes that can be a difference, a real difference maker. So good player, came into the game. They kept the same formation, so there was nothing different in that way. They played Hagelin for Murphy, straight swap, and then Sergio for Buspenza, and he came in and gave them life. We let ourselves down to start the half. That really is what it comes down to. I love our center backs being aggressive, but if you watch that play back, a little communication, and maybe Damian just steps, Jack stays, and it's a nothing play. But when they both go, it's party over. You're leaving Jacob on a huge island, and there's a big hole there, and we paid for it. And then the other one, again, it's a technical mistake of a back pass that goes literally directly to their forward, and we're caught off guard. Bupenza plays it a great first-time ball. So I don't oversimplify it, but that was a good change and a good player to bring in for sure.
Hey Jim, what is your message to the fan base and for those fans that tune into this game for the first time watching the game?
Yeah, look, it was an exciting game, one where we won 3 points. Obviously, we're disappointed. We're only happy in this building when we get 3 points. This feeling hasn't happened much. I think I put up the record for the guys over their last 55 games. It's somewhere around 40 wins and only a couple, 3 or 4 losses, and a handful of draws. So this feeling in here is rare. It hurts. It's a game where we have to find a way to win. We could have put a little more pressure on Cincinnati, but at the end of the day, it's a point each, and we move on now to Charlotte.
Do 2 more, Joe and John.
Jim, when you talk about both guys jumping at once, is that the spacing thing from where they are from when they are triggered to press there, or how I guess?
Yeah, so they played an entry ball and to Vasquez, and you can see, Damian releases and Jack, releases also, and again that leaves just a big hole. So you can communicate. Again, if one of them gets a deflection or a block on the pass that's played, we're not talking about it. But some instances, it goes through your legs, it goes right by your legs, and it's a jailbreak. So we got that one a little bit wrong, and they punished us. But that's what good teams do. They're a good team too. That needs to be said. That's a really well coached, organized, strong team, tough opponent, and they gave us some problems. We gave them some problems as well, and I'll still go back to that, having a little more killer instinct in that first half, because there was another goal out there for us.
I know that you and Pat and Chris all like to say nice things about each other.
Yeah.
These 2 teams don't like each other very much.
Yeah,
do they?
I just said that with Chris. Yeah, it's good though. That's what good teams do. They compete, So, the yellow cards are the yellow cards. That doesn't mean you're competing in a sense, but you're right. There's a nice, healthy rivalry. Maybe it's the familiarity and us knowing each other pretty well that brings out the intensity. They're playing for a supporter shield. We're playing as the defending Eastern Conference champions, and we both want to show our best. So we'll continue to try to fight and take points. We have a playoff history with them now as well. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, definitely a good little rivalry that's brewing. There's respect there for sure, but also intensity, which is good.